Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Today is Thursday, the 16th of July. My name is Felicia Holder, your host for this program every Monday to Friday, dotted in between with some guest hosts like Michelle Davis and Lima McLeod. Welcome to Pep Talks in the morning. It is 7:52 a.m., so I have to must need to apologize for the late start. It is due in part to me sleeping late. Yes, I slept until 7:10 this morning, and for those who could gasp and say, how could she sleep late? I went to bed after 3 this morning working on raising funds for this party. Tomorrow is nomination day for our candidates. So we are trying to cross our T's and dot our I's and make sure everything is in place. I am constantly fundraising from the time I wake up on this program to the time that I get home on an evening and then sit by my computer to further try and do this. So please bear with me until I can probably get used to the sleep schedule of 2 and 3 hours every night, and that is probably going to last until August 10th and then probably shorten should we really win this race and become and form your next government of Trinidad and Tobago. I cannot imagine what pittance of sleep I will have to run on given that opportunity. But we have a very lovely young lady joining me on the program this morning. She's the only reason why I did not kick my phone down when that alarm went off for the 10th time, because we have Miss Alice Narine, who's a candidate for Pfizer joining us this morning. And I do want to give all of our candidates as much face time as possible before we enter, or at least before the August 10th, which is voting day for the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. So, Miss Alice Narine, who I'm going to give her opportunity to say good morning in just a short bit. I'm going to read her bio. Alice was born and raised in Faizabad. She attended the Faizabad Presbyterian School and then the Superior Junior Secondary School. She completed her schooling at the Faizabad Composite School. Her schooling in secondary ignited her passion for fashion, where she obtained her certificate in dressmaking and design and is now a successful fashion designer. And for those who don't know, our nice ninja pep mask, Alice is the person that we have to credit for sewing those lovely, very stylish black ninja pep masks. Artistic, inspired, and driven, Alice is extending her portfolio, pursuing studies in visual arts. She has worked in different churches doing community work, helping the hungry and homeless. She's people centered and wants to see her community and her country thrive. She wants to break the cycle of poverty that has left us broken and immobile. Hence her reason for joining the Progressive Empowerment Party. She truly believes that we deserve a better Trinidad and Tobago. Welcoming to the program is our candidate for Faizabad, Alice Narine. Good morning, Alice.
Good morning, Felicia. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and a special good morning to all the people of Faizabad. I am so excited.
You should be. I mean, Alice, you are about to do something that I think not many people would ever do. In the history of politics of this country, there are not many people who would have thrown their hat in a race for, actually, it's a handful of people, and mostly just the
Yes,
Progressive Empowerment Party. The last time this was done in history was through the NARA party that was started completely free of the PNM and the UNC, and not even completely free because there was still the crossover ones, but a party that was built from scratch, built by the people for the people, and now the people are putting themselves forward as representation. And you should be very proud of the journey that you are about to embark on and what you are about to do on behalf of your community, of your constituency of Faisba. So congratulations to you on taking that
thank you.
giant. Right. So you're gonna get straight into interview
I
questions.
feel completely honored.
You should feel so. Um, Going to dive straight into the interview segment. I have some competition in the background, which are the birds in my yard. So I'll have to do my best to talk above them. Alice, I know we just read your bio, and for those watching the live this morning, please, yes, I know we started late, so in part for me waking up late, and then we had some technical difficulties. So please
Yes.
assist us in sharing the live, making sure as many people as possible get to see this interview with our candidate for Faizabad, Alice Narai. Alice, we just heard a little bit about you through your bio, but please tell the public and especially your constituency of Faizabad a little bit more about yourself.
Well, really and truly, there is more to me than just that. I love cooking, singing, and I also love travel. I also love making new friends and meeting people. I meet people and I start a conversation, and that is it. It doesn't care. I don't care who you are. Just show you and welcome you as my friend. That is just how I am. I'm a just friendly.
I can attest to that. Alice has, I think the first time I met Alice, she and her husband Jamal came down to 19 Stanmore Avenue, and she was most chipper and very eager and willing to engage with people, which is not normally the first impression that people bandy about. Usually, when they come to their first political meetings, they're very shy and reserved and quiet. Alice was most forefront. I think from the very earlies, you guys said that you wanted to be on the ground in Faizabad, which
Yes,
in no
from
short
day one.
time,
Yes,
amazing. And I mean, to it's no easy task. And when I say it's no easy task,
yes,
constituency
it
spread
is.
over a couple of thousand people. So I can just imagine what that work must be like. I mean, I'm experiencing it myself. But like you said, we have started it well over 3 years ago. You, Alice, 2 years ago when you joined the party. So I know you would have a head start that the PNM and the UNC and any other independent or candidate wishing to contest the seat would even have in terms of mapping out your constituency and hitting the ground. So kudos for you on having that head start. And I
Thank you.
know and I'm certain it will work to your advantage. My next question was what has been the response to you so far? And I know you started to tell me that people are excited, but what is the response to you as the candidate, a local girl of the community, of the constituency, going up under this brand new political party? How has the reaction been so far?
Well, Felicia, let me put it in Trini Palang. Girl, is you! I voted! That has been my response. People was shocked. They was like, girl, I can't believe Alice. I voted for you, girl. I voted. So the response has been, as I said, overwhelming, welcoming, welcoming. No matter where I go, I am welcomed. I mean, they will still have a few diehards, but apart from that, people in Faizabad are waking up and they are realizing that they cannot take any more of this nonsense. They need change. People want change. They are hungry for change. And they me from
Indeed.
Faizabad and my determination, they are willing to support.
Very, very happy to hear that, Alice. So, you've been on the ground, you've met the people, you have seen for yourself. So, tell me, what are some of the major issues facing the constituency of Faizabad?
Some of the main issues facing Faizabad right now is home ownership. A lot of people are renting, a lot of people are crammed in places that are not even their own. A lot of people do not have jobs. them have degrees. One person told me, what sense it makes me having this piece of paper, but I just tear it up and throw it away because it makes no sense. I cannot find a job. So lack of jobs and home ownership, people are cramming in houses that does not even belong to them. People start in homes with the little they have because of the small income that they receive. To buy materials just to put up a structure is very, very challenging. And these are some of the major issues that I have encountered in my walkabouts.
What about water? There seems to be a common thread in most of the constituency and candidate interviews that I have had in the past 2 weeks, that water seems to be an issue in their constituency. Is that the same with Faizabad, or are you one of the lucky
Oh, most
ones who
definitely.
managed to get water at least
Most
3 times a week?
definitely. Most definitely. We have the same water woes as everybody else in the country. The same Mobi experience we experience. The locking up of water without even an announcement we get. And apart from that, there are some people who still have to go to a well to receive water. There are some people
What do you
who
mean
have
with
to
the
resort
well?
to catching water in a barrel.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
What is the schedule like? Is it like once, twice a week? Do you have a schedule, or you just get water when water feels like sending?
That is exactly what happens. A schedule is like whenever you get water, you get water. Now there's a particular area in Faizabad that does not depend on WASA. That is way down in forest, and that gets water from another source. Now something like that, if implemented in Faizabad, where we could determine how we get our water, our own water supply, I believe that we could have 24-hour water supply, clean water supply. Because we have
In
dams. We are Faizabad is blessed with dams. We have 3 dams.
that is amazing. And is this something that was done external of WASA? So they would have the constituency or the community. I'm not sure how it was done. Is it that they found their own source of water? Because I've seen it actually happen in my constituency that I'm representing as well. Not well, they didn't have to find their own source of water, but they had to find their own means of accessing the water that WASA apparently doesn't know how to get uphill. So is it that the constituents of Hyderabad found a way to um, not just create their water course, but to find their own water source as well?
Well, seeing that we were blessed with oil, it was through Tesoro and those other entities that imposed things, those elements into their when they were running the show back in the 60s when the oil boom was there. They ran their own water for their own use. And so the residents, some of the residents, you know, they took advantage of it. They could have water when WASA cut off water. It have times
So
when I have some friends, when water goes, I know I could go by them and get water because they always have water. And that is so funny. No interruption at all.
Zola Wasa hear that, they will find some way to cut it or charge you for it. So Wasa, Faizabad have no water. Let's leave it like that. Spare the people, right? All right. So we spoke about some of the major issues, particularly for you, like you said, jobs and home ownership, which seems to be a concern for the residents, as well as water. If you can fix one major issue, which one would it be?
home ownership. I believe if we fix home ownership, it will solve a lot of social woes that is happening right now in my constituency. And it will also create jobs. I mean, it will not have enough masons to fill the posts. You know, it will also create jobs, which in turn will help improve families. So for me, I believe if people could get the opportunity to own their own home, and in the process, jobs will be created, that could eliminate a lot of woes in my community.
Indeed. And I need to expound on this question. I usually ask this question, if you can fix one major issue, what would it be? Even though the Progressive Empowerment Party plans to at least put into action all 21 of our policies. Yes, there are some short, medium, and long-term planning goals that we would have to implement. But the reason why I asked this question, which one, and particularly of our candidates, is that we say in the Progressive Empowerment Party, if we can implement at least one policy, one of our 21 policies, we would and could change the landscape of Trinidad and Tobago permanently. That one policy that Alice just spoke about, home ownership, has the potential to take Trinidad ahead by 20, 30 years. Because exactly what she said, home ownership gives families the opportunity to rebuild, they give families the opportunity to expand. And a nation is a collection of families living within communities, which we need, which right now are broken. And this home ownership thing, it goes so much deeper than just having a roof over your head. We have a culture of extended families, five, six, seven people, auntie, uncle, cousins living in one house. And in
Yes,
some cases, you find incest. In some cases, you find
yes,
abuse. In some cases, you find
yes,
depression, because as young people,
yes,
or as a maturing family, a maturing woman or man, unable to own their own home and provide for their own family, because coupled with the fact that you can't get a job, it is created, and it has created, a society that is very, what is the word I'm looking, demoralized, and a society that is
yes,
broken in aspects. We have broken, this nation has managed to break the fundamental and the basic family structure. And the
yes,
idea that you can own your own home, giving families the opportunity to forge their own path, giving them the opportunity to take their family out of this whole extended family, cousin,
yes.
auntie, grandmother lifestyle. It would revolutionize Trinidad and Tobago in ways that nobody thought home ownership could. And I have a particular pet peeve with this policy, not this policy, but with the way government deals with home ownership right now. Election coming, so let's have a raffle, or election coming, let's
You
throw some
understand?
keys in and vote for me here. So take a house and build so many houses that are 10, 20, 30 times, 100 times the real actual value, only to leave it
That's
there to
right.
rot and be vandalized and broken into. The governments, past and present, have politicized housing. But we in the Progressive Empowerment Party say that we want to use housing to do what it was meant to do, rebuild the
That's
family,
right.
rebuild the community, and for Alice and her constituency, rebuild Faizabad. I'm
Yes.
preaching here this morning. Alice, get me fired up. I'm so awake now. That and the coffee to blame. All right. So we spoke about which major issue you could fix in your constituency. Tell me, well, I guess this might answer your question. So maybe you can give me which two. I was going to ask you which one of PEP's policies resonates the most with you. I'm guessing that might be home ownership.
Yes, it does. It does. Because when I hear the cry, people, I mean, there are some people who hope were burned down and they are waiting on a lottery system. Please, how ridiculous can we get? We have rights in Trinidad and Tobago as a citizen to be able to own our own home. Imagine you are a young person in your 20s, your early 20s, you have a job, and you want to leave mommy and daddy house. You know how it is to know that you can't afford a home and you have to live with your parents' mouth.
It's not
It is.
conducive to having boyfriends and stuff like that. Growing up in that culture, we know as young Trinbagonians, yeah, chances of having a boyfriend and bringing them home and all of that when you live in an extended family or girlfriend are slim to none because you're living with everybody and the chance of you getting your own, unless you go and pay
Yeah.
rent somewhere,
And
which is
that by itself, by the time you don't pay rent, you can't even afford to buy food, because when we go into food, well, we go into a whole box of apples there. And that's another thing. I mean to say, the amount of land I see vacant, with donkey grass that could be planted and utilized for agriculture. We wasting time. We just wasting time.
well said. We're on our last question now, Alice, because you powered through this interview like a real champ. In your own words, tell me in your own words, why do you think the Progressive Empowerment Party is the best political vehicle right now in Trinidad and Tobago? Because you could have done this under the PNM or the UNC, but you chose the PP. So why do you think that the Progressive Empowerment Party is the best political vehicle right now? And why are you a candidate for the PP?
I chose this party because I believe in our motto, one people under one flag. And that means inclusive of all, not just one sector, inclusive of the small man, the middle man, and everything in between, right? Therefore, when I saw the policies and understood that these policies are working in other countries, and I asked myself, we are just a dot in the ocean. Why can't I work here? Why? Why? Why wasn't it implemented? I got excited. I mean to say, all my paws raised. And I said, yes, this is what I want. I was never into politics, but when I saw what was happening to our neighbors, and I know one day I will have grandchildren and they will have to come into this mess, I told myself one thing. I said, Alice, is either you lie down and die or you get up and fight. And I decided to fight with one people under one flag. And I really believe that the Progressive Empowerment Party could take this nation to first world status.
Very, very well said, Alice. And you do bring an energy that I have to say is very infectious. I woke up this morning thinking, oh my God, it is another day on the grind. I could barely open my eyes. I got a message yesterday after. When did I last do the show? Tuesday. Today's Thursday. Tuesday I did the
Yes.
show, and every morning I do the show. I watch the bags under my eyes. I have no time for makeup anymore. So if you're looking to see me made up, please don't expect that anytime between now and August the 10th. No time for that kind of life. You're getting me raw and natural. So I got a message, Felicia. What, you looking like you're ready to fall asleep on the program? And I'm like, all I'm thinking, if y'all only know that this one cup of coffee was not enough. I needed at least two or three. But this morning, Alice, and I know it's definitely not the coffee, you really gave me a pep in my step this morning, and I am looking forward to what is going to be another difficult but very rewarding day. I believe it's the day before nomination day. So tell me, how are you feeling about that? Tomorrow is nomination day. After tomorrow, you are officially a candidate and a representative under the Progressive
I
Empowerment Party.
cannot wait. Oh my God. I am elated. I believe that we can do this. We can take this nation forward. I truly believe that. So with that said, nomination day, amen. Hallelujah.
Alice, I have to say I love you, and I'm not allowed to say who is my favorite, but you are definitely our most energetic candidate so far, and I trust and hope that you take this energy all throughout at every corner of your constituency. Keep not just spreading the PEP and Progressive Empowerment Party's message, but keep spreading your love for people, keep spreading your energy for people. One of the things many people complain about, and you know, I was asked at I believe last week to list the top 5 issues in my constituency, and number 5 I put as no representation. And the person, actually Kenneth Luke, he was the person who asked me those questions. He's the head of our advisory council, and he pointed out to me that my last issue, which is that of no representation, is the catch-all for the first 4 that I listed, because the fact that people don't have representation, they don't have MPs who are willing to work in the constituency, be in the constituency, who are willing to be accountable to the people who vote them in. The fact that we don't have that,
Yes,
and we have never had that, is why all these issues continue to persist. If I am an
yes.
MP, if Alice as an MP, I know you are bringing, and you definitely are going to bring your level of energy for the people, your passion for the people, which, like I said, comes through very strongly in this interview. I can't remember the last time I crack up like this, but it's because you, like I say, your spirit, it encourages that. And if I was based in Faizabad and I did not know you, after seeing this interview today, you definitely had my vote. So for those who are new to Alice, which I'm sure you're not, she seems to be a very known person in her community. For those who don't know Alice, she's your candidate. And Alice, I'm going to give you the next 2 minutes to speak to your constituency of Faizabad directly, telling them why they should choose you and why they should come out and vote on August the 10th. The floor is yours.
All I have to say, I do not have to explain to anyone in Faizabad what our woes are. You know what your woes are and what we have been dancing for the last 56 years. You remember how Faizabad was and how it is now. It is same, right? We want to change the landscape. We want to bring opportunities to our youths. We want to bring back sporting. We want to bring back, people should be wanting to come to Faizabad. They should find Faizabad should be a historical experience. Get excited, not like when they hear Faizabad, it's like, oh, that's the dead end. No, it's not the dead end. It's the beginning of history. And I want to bring that positivity and that change to people, to bring hope and opportunities to our youths, and to bring hope and opportunities to families, most importantly. So if you want to make that change, I am encouraging all of Faizabad, vote the Progressive Empowerment Party. Let us do this together. We can do this.
And there's her lovely poster, Alice Narine, your candidate for Faizabad. Put your X next to her name. Put your X next to the PP symbol with our 3 people right underneath it, because Alice Narine wants to bring real representation to the people of Faizabad. And just her spirit, just the fact that she's running under a party that has the political will and wants to change Trinidad and Tobago means a whole lot. And I wish you all the best in your endeavors, Alice. And good luck on nomination. I don't think you need it, but good luck on nomination day.
Thank you so much, Felicia.
You're planning to go down with your whole TASA side and your whole entourage?
As much support as I can get. Let me make some noise.
Indeed. We picking up the Progressive Empowerment Party tomorrow. We're going in our Well, I don't know. What is your returning officer saying about you wearing your pep paraphernalia? Can you?
Well, she hasn't mentioned anything, but I intend to go with my representation here.
Oh, your PP logo. Very nice. Yes,
Yeah.
we represent hard tomorrow on nomination day. Do I have a program planned for tomorrow? I was not going to do a program, but I want to do one. I do want to, I may not have anybody on the show. We will see, but it is nomination day, and I want to address some things. I mean, our democracy process in this country is just so absolutely crazy. PNM calling a snap election like they did. I don't care what anybody says, what political analysts get paid to say what. This was a snap election. Give the time that voters got to register for their to be on the list was
Yes.
crazy. I mean, they had less than 10 days, less than about a week in terms of business days. Every time I went to the EBC to conduct business, the lines were snaking around the pavement, and it is because people were caught off guard. If you
So true.
are not a party that has the pocket finances like the Progressive Empowerment Party, it means that you're up until 2 and 3 in the morning trying to raise funds for the party. And that being said, we are people raising funds to contest this election the right way. We don't have a war chest that we can just dip into and say, let's register all candidates. The price alone is just so crazy. And should we get
Yes.
into government, listen, that's one of the things I want to do away with, this whole $5,000 to represent your constituency, to represent your country. It is a barrier in the face of democracy, and I was supposed to do a
Yes.
video on that. I'm going to speak on it right
Yes.
now. I have to say kudos to all of our candidates who have been working around the clock raising their own funds, but I'm reaching out to you, the public, as well. We are doing this $1 at a time because it means that much to us. It means that much to do this the right way. It means that much to be your representation. Like I said, we could have gone the easy way. I don't want to even say the easy way. We could have gone the wrong way by going under
Yes.
a political party that has the finances in their pockets, who just willing to pelt out millions of dollars, and only for us to lose in the end as a country, because we've seen what the results of both the red and yellow, we've seen what it means for us as a country. But we're doing this the hard way, the right way, the ethical way. But we need your help. So those who can donate towards with what we're doing, please reach out to me. In addition to being your host and the chairman of this party and your candidate for Diego Martin Central, I am also the head of finance. You can reach me at 769-4590. This election is being fought on a different kind of ground because it's not the typical, thanks to COVID-19, it's not the typical wine and jam big rally session. And I think that gives us
True.
the perfect advantage to strategically place ourselves ahead of the pack. So we're not about buying up ad times and playing jingles on radios a million times. We're about sending real messages, solutions to the public, but we need your help to do it. So if you can donate, reach me at 769-4590 if you would like to sponsor candidates. Tomorrow is nomination day and you find it in your heart to say, I would like to help any of our candidates. Please reach out to me. Our website, if you would like to do it anonymously, it's www.peptt.com. You can donate to your cause there. And yeah, support us because we are going at this hard. We are putting up I think, a fight that has never been fought in this country before. And people like
So
Alice,
true.
people like Akil and Stacy and Benison and all the other candidates that you would see on this program, they are working not for what they can get back, but they're doing this for love of country. So if you can support that mission,
So
we
true.
welcome you as a patriot on
So
board.
true.
Alice, Alex very much again for being on the program this morning. I'm so sorry we had to start
Was a
so late,
pleasure.
but I'm glad that we pushed through because this interview, I believe, had to happen. Please, when you're done, share it on your page so your
Yes, I will.
constituency can see their candidates and their next MP for Faizabad. Yeah,
Felicia, can I get to say one last thing?
of course.
What I want is people not to complain, us to find solutions together so we can make our country a better place. Let us stop the complaining and find solution. I am a person about solution. You tell me something, I want to know the solution. What we could do to make this better and what we could do to resolve this issue. So please, I'm begging you all, let us find solutions to make this country a better place.
Indeed. It's time we stop saying that things can't fix. It's time we stop
That's
letting the
right.
past be the enemy of the future. Many people, somebody told me, why y'all, what is different about you all? I said, well, firstly, we are not the red or the yellow. And you know, for you to say that nothing going to change is an unfair statement because if we wanted to do this the way traditionally people have done it, we would have gone up under any of those two political parties. And
True.
that point that the past doesn't equate the future is so very important. Change has to start somewhere. When
That's right.
Rosa Parks refused to get up from her seat on that bus, she didn't realize that that move was going to put into motion a whole um, a movement for the rights of African Americans in the United States at the time. But now we can look back at on history and realize that that was the catalyst to the change that she never knew was going to come out of it. We, the Progressive Empowerment Party, the catalyst that to change in this country is us. The catalyst
Yes.
to good governance is us. And
Yes.
while many of you are despondent and ready to give up, real hope and real change is out there in people like Alice and the other candidates that we have. So please give them an opportunity to show you what they are made of. Alice, we reached
Yes.
the end, girl. Thank you for joining me this morning.
It was such a pleasure, Felicia.
It was my pleasure as well. I wish you all the best tomorrow. You and I have
Thank
to
you.
wrap up just a couple of things. I will be calling you after the show. And yes, all the best, Trinidad and Tobago. Tomorrow is nomination day. It is a huge day in the history of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. The Progressive Empowerment Party will be contesting its first general election. Please stay tuned to our pages. Stay tuned to the news. Most likely, the news stations would be covering this event, this turn of events tomorrow across the nation in all 41, well, the 39 that the Progressive Empowerment Party is aiming to contest. We will be getting reports from there. Stay tuned to hear your party, the Orange Party, the Orange Army, led by PEP political leader Philip Alexander, make history come. Well, the first steps towards making history come July the 17th and then August the 10th when we go to the polls. Thank you for joining us this morning. I will be back tomorrow, maybe for a half an hour program. We won't do a full hour, just to get you hyped up for nomination day, big day. Until then, please have a great day and remember, it's still apparently social distancing. So remember, let's stay together by staying apart. Have an awesome day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.